Well, hello, welcome back to the channel. I haven't posted for a while, for personal reasons, but here I am doing the next vlog, but this is going to be about my two Cyrusher e-bikes. Now, is it time I'm starting to fall out of love with the Cyrusher brand? The issue that I've recently had over the last couple of months is I've been looking to replace the headlight on my Ranger, this one here, and I want to put what they call a King Kong headlight on, like the one on the Ovia, this one. So I want to get one of those and put it on here. However, a couple of months ago, I started investigating how I could do that. I was looking possibly to buy another brand light, very similar, and then wiring it and putting it on myself. However, after talking to Cyrusher, I could see they hadn't got any in stock of their own. So this is why I was looking for alternatives. And I could see people had mentioned in the Facebook group that they paid to purchase one, and they'd been waiting a very long time for them to come in. So this prompted me to contact Cyrusher and ask if they'd got any in stock, which they replied they hadn't, and they wasn't sure when they'd be getting any more. So I started to think about, you know, how could I get a different brand and then wiring it up myself. And then I can't remember, but I spoke to Cyrusher again, and I got told that they were due to come in stock, and this prompted me to pay for one, so to make sure I got one when it come in stock, which I did. I think, and that was to buy a front light and a rear light. It comes as a pack, I think, if I remember right. So I was told they were about to come in stock, so I paid for it there and then. I think it's about £122. Now it's 2 months on. I think it was the 2nd of April that I paid for it. I'll put the details on the screen. As you can see, I've spent a little bit of money. I put what I've purchased off them, my two bikes that I've purchased in the past, and you can see that I've spent getting on close for £4,000 in what, 3 years. Now that's not, you know, that's not a small amount of money. It may be for some, but for me that's quite a lot of money. So what I'm trying to say here is I've been a valuable customer to Cyrusher. So am I starting to fall out of love? Because I was told they was coming into stock. That was 2 months ago, and here I am 2 months later on the 1st of June, and there's still no sign of them arriving. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I contacted them and asked for an update, which I got a reply, and to be fair, they did say, would I like a refund? And I thought about it, and I thought I'll give it a few more weeks, and see if I could, because I really want to put a new headlight on there, because I personally think they look much better than the small ones, and that's just personal preference. There's nothing wrong with the one that's on there. So they did ask me, after I contacted them, I actually contacted them to say, look, is there any update when you're going to get them? And the response was they wasn't sure when they were going to get them in stock, so would I like to start the refund process. But I did say I'd leave it another couple of weeks. Well, that's now, those few weeks have passed. I've had no information to say they're coming in stock. I've had no contact. In fact, I had no contact whatsoever over these 2 months, other than me contacting them first. They haven't come to me. They didn't come to me to say, oh, sorry, it doesn't look like they're coming into stock, when they told me they were coming into stock. Now, I'm not saying this is the person's fault who told me, because obviously they get information from somewhere else. So is my love for Cyrusher starting to wane a little bit? Yeah, it is. It's a bit of a sour taste, to be fair, because I have spent a bit of money. It would have been nice for them to contact me and say, look, we're not going to get them in stock, or we don't see us getting them in stock in the very near future, and we're going to give you a refund. Or when I initially started, said, look, it doesn't look like we're going to get them in stock, so I wouldn't have purchased one, and I would have gone down the road of looking at an alternative option. But that's where we are. So I'm thinking, I'm not thinking about purchasing a new e-bike at the moment, because I've only just had my Ranger, about 3-4 months, which I did purchase that one second hand. This is my third Cyrusher, but that one was second hand, so I didn't buy that one directly from Cyrusher. But it's still promoting the brand, and it's still keeping them going, and you know. So I'm starting now to think, in the future, do I go to another brand? Is it all over this headlight? Not really. I still love these bikes, these two bikes. I think they're awesome bikes, I really do. I just think the customer service could be a little bit better. I mean, I've promoted them all the time over these last 3 years, and if anybody ever asks me, I shall tell them the truth. They're fantastic bikes. I've not really had not very much problems with them until now. I mean, 120 odd pounds is nothing to be sniffed at. It's sitting in their bank and not in my bank. So I really don't know where to go. So it is starting to sour a little bit, I've got to be honest. I think they just need to up their customer service a little bit. Yeah, we all have bad experiences, and things like this do happen, but for them to tell me it's coming into stock and it hasn't, that's not very good customer service, to be fair. And I think they need to be upfront with people. They just need to be upfront. If they haven't got them and they're not going to get them in stock, just say, look, we're getting no more in stock, or we don't look like we're going to get these in stock for a very, very long time, so wait till we've going to get them in stock. They could have a system where, when they know they're going to get them in stock, they email out the people that are inquiring about them. That'd be quite easy to set up, I would have thought. So it's now making me think, although I love these bikes, I might even, and this is just a thought over the last few days, I may consider selling my Ovia, and then it will probably be next year. I'll be looking for possibly for another e-bike, and will I go down Cyrusher channels again? I can't fault the bikes. That's what's grieving me, but the customer service is just a little bit off tilter a little bit. So that's a consideration. I've not made my mind up that I am, but we'll see. I really hate to be talking like this about Cyrusher, because I think they're, you know, I do think they're great bikes. They really are. Would it put me off promoting Cyrusher? I think at the moment I would say, look, yes, buy them. They're great bikes. You get your bike. Now, the delivery for these bikes, when I've ordered them, I've had them within 3 days. My very first one, the XF800, what was 3 years ago, when I brought that, within 3 days it was here. When I brought this one last year, I think it was August time, so coming up to 12 months, 3 days again, it was here. No problems with that at all. Had a little issues with the rear light with this one, but they seem to resolve that pretty quick, and there was no problem. So some areas they're really good, and there's the odd little bit here and there, and I can see people are complaining about these lights, and they're accepting the money for them, and they haven't got them or intend to get them in stock very soon. So you've got to make your own minds up. I just thought I'd post this little video about where I am. I haven't been on for a while, so I thought I'd just do this little update. So I hope it helps you, you know, think about in the future. But until next time, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time.